Hi, Reflections. I have some new news that I have inquired, and I'm so excited to share with you guys. And it is involving the Trinity, as into the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, which seems to cause a lot of confusion in so many different forms of a way. But when I get to thinking about it, it's like an actual family tree that, us physical forms understand. It's the same form. It's just God the Father, that's the start. Physical form just like mine. You see me? A little sarcasm, but seriously, like original form, the Father, and really a mother, so I can understand, the original, the Father. Then you have, this is going with the family tree. You move down to God the Son. Um, that's like me having my child. It's like part of me is still in my child, except, you know, it's a little bit of a difference, but it's the same thing. And then you have God the Holy Spirit, which is God like me after my flesh have disappeared, but I was able to come back. That was part of the ultimate sacrifice to me. Um, but I got a little stuck in the days for a minute. I had to bring it back, honey, come back. But it reminds me of the afterlife, honestly. God the Holy Spirit, but we still operate that same way here on earth. And God the Holy Spirit and God the Son because of his flesh form. Where did the Father goes? Once again, that's part of the ultimate sacrifice, as into operating just as a ghost, do have a physical form like this, but just working with his son who he sent down here. That's why we look like him. Um, and we are God's children. We do identify as this, so we get to have those same qualities as he do, which takes me into thou kingdom come, thy will be done here on earth as it is in heaven. It's the same form. It's a family tree. That's the only way I can project it out for understanding. um, as into Holy Spirit is within us. It's our self conscience. It is our self conscious, our navigation. But we have this form because of the Son. He's created in his Father's image because we are his children. But he dwells within us. Like, if that makes sense, hopefully it makes sense. But I just wanted to share that just because it just hit my mind. I'm just like, wow, that reminds me of a freaking family tree that people operate off all the time. Definitely my believers, they always somewhere praying to something that they don't see, but it allows me to know that they know that there's something else there that's listening to them and will send them signs back out. But at the moment, it seems I can only operate in ultimate sacrifice, as into we killed you, we didn't like what you were doing, you were way too oscilantes. Which for me, it takes me to slavery, honestly. I see how they do people of color, and it's not always so pleasant. So for the fact that they would want to brutally end somebody all because they're doing good things, it's not because they were doing wrong things. They were doing awesome stuff. Not they, but he was doing awesome stuff, and people didn't like that. And it was interesting. But that's kind of a side note, but it's a big note to remember. Um, And I think that might be it, honestly. I think I explained quite Osalentes the best I can at the moment. And that is the Trinity, as into how you need to operate with it and use it in your everyday life of understanding. Definitely my faith walkers. I identify as a faith walker because you have to use this physical form but walk blind. That's what faith is. You're moving through life blind, but your physical form is telling you something totally different. That's why they say you can't make it into the kingdom through the flesh form. You just can't. You have to recognize Holy Spirit. You have to be reborn of that again while you're here, because hell is here. but you can be saved when you are born again and you operate off the Holy Spirit aspect, as into what you pray to and you know is hearing you and you know will send you signs back out to confirm whatever you're seeking. um, you have to operate in that form of way. That's why you need the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The Father sacrificed his life, sent his Son out to fix it, and he operates as a Holy Spirit now. You have to understand all those three. Um, and when you do, the world will just be becoming so much of a better Oslente place. So I hope that was Oslente to you guys, because it was Oslente to me when I thought about it. So I had to share it.